All right, everybody. So I have my friend Nate here with me today. We're going to be demonstrating how to find a neutral spine. So for all these core exercises, it's going to be paramount that you keep a good neutral spine. So to do that, we have a couple of different positions that we're going to intermediate between. So we have anterior pelvic tilt, which is basically where we're rounding our back. And I'll demonstrate on Nate here in a second so you can really see clearer. But it's anterior pelvic tilt and posterior pelvic tilt. So it's basically where our pelvis is rotating. So go ahead and lie on back for me, Nate. And so here he's in a pretty neutral position, but I want you to focus on his pelvis right here. So think about creating an arch in your back, Nate. So as you can see, his back kind of raises up and his pelvis is rotating that way. So there's a space in his low back here. Now go ahead and go back to neutral for me, Nate. Now I want you to think about squeezing your stomach down into the back of the table. And if you saw there, his pelvis rotated that way. So posteriorly rotated. So now what we want to do is we want to try to get a position between those two, anterior and posterior. So relax up a little bit. And this is the position we want to maintain throughout these core exercises. So we covered how to position your pelvis. It's also important to cover how we would facilitate the activation of our transverse abdominis. So it's basically this intra-abdominal muscle that we have. Think of it like a belt around your stomach. So a good cue for this is called the drawing in maneuver. So if you go ahead and put your hands or your fingers on your belly button, what you're going to do is you're going to draw in, and you should actually feel your belly button go in, depress a little bit, and it should also elevate ever so slightly if you're doing it correctly. So we don't want like a big breath of air and pushing out necessarily. It's drawing in and squeezing, and it should go in and up ever so slightly. And we want to maintain that throughout the duration of these core exercises.